on rhythm,
you feel it.
and you feel it when you watch. Because now to make TV series one screenwriter, it's not good. Really, it's not. So it's because you can feel it, this kind of old kind of tension all the time. Because screenwriter like director today, they intend to think that TV series it's one big film, only cut in some small part, and it's not like that. You know, you
Πώς θα το γράφεις?
Μπορούμε να ξεκινήσουμε.
Βέβαια. Το καλύτερο μέρος. Συγγνώμη. Sorry. It was the best thing.
That was first take, do a second take.
yeah,
No, it's okay.
you're professional.
No, recording. So recording.
We have it on video, we don't have it on live stream.
Okay, good. The better is to video. We'll see after. So the thing we have, I repeat for you, it's that you think your opinion is now, by your experience, that just having one scenarist, one screenwriter, it's not anymore the norm. I mean the thing to do for doing series.
It still stay like that for the cinema, and it's not a problem of that. But I want to tell that cinema and TV series, it's actually everybody think that it's the same medium, and it's not. It's a totally different approach to work. It's totally different way to work. And what I just said, and I would repeat myself, the director, especially who came from the movie industry, they intend to think that it's this one big movie only cut in the several pieces, and it's not. It's you have whole, 10 little unity in some way, and this unity should have exposition, middle part, plot change, U-turn, and on the end cliffhanger, and everything should be every time be seen in the whole and in the all unity separate. So it's not, and because that it's the best, it's to work in the writer's room. Of course, you always should have showrunner or creative the director, because I don't think that we are in region still on the level to have real showrunner in some way. Even here we are separate because showrunner should make economical decision, production decision, and we don't have this
And
kind
they
of,
are producers also.
and they are producer, and they are creative, and they are writers. So we don't have this kind of personality. I am only half of the showrunner, this creative part.
Explain you, because you sign creative producer. What is the difference creative producer, showrunner, and just only screenwriter for the Serbian production?
But okay, I would start with showrunner. Showrunner, it's actually, it's not necessary always to be creator of the series, so it's not necessary that idea came from him, but he's a leading man, decision maker, let's say like that. But he have in hand production and the creative part of that. So he decide in both way. He decide what will be sacrificed, what will be enlarged, and all decision he make. What it's my job, and we separate this because I don't deal actually with money directly. I know a lot about production because it's necessary for my job and I'm involved there. But my job is first to find the project, to following up, and to be connection between production and the creative side, because it's much better when you size down production or change production if something happened in the first level of writing screenplay, because you could solve this challenge in creative way, and not only when you are already in production and you must cut this or so you have time to change story on different ways. So it's like that, and not to mention that it's really to following project, and you could say I would explain how we work. For example, I choose one subject, or it's a book that we bought the right, or it's somebody came for me like from Black Wedding or something, or this Block 27, it was really from the scratch. They had only one line of idea. So we developed this, we make first write of screenplay, and then I give to the production, and with the production and make everything. So projection of budget. So if we choose this actor, how we will cost, how many days of shooting, what we must have for CGI and everything else. And only when we see the budget and we understood how many we are above the budget, we start to make the second hand of screenplay, second, third, fifth, I don't know. And we considering production demand in some way that we stay in the framework of the production that they give us. So, and this is my job. And on the end, we are totally ready and we are in the budget. So it's not some kind of surprises after that. And only to say, actually, all this principle, actually, it's based on screenplay, not on directing. And this was big problem a little bit, and I think that it's everywhere problem, because it starts with a screenwriter, and actually sometimes we call some very famous name and we work from the beginning with them, but sometimes we invite director on the end of the process. So they're only employed. They don't have right to change the screenplay, to change the things. They are really, they could choose all kind of creative equipe that they want to, they choose casting, they choose everything, but they don't have right to change scenario. Yes, so scenario, it's a blueprint, totally like that.
Maria, κάτσε πάρει το μικρόφωνο. Yeah.
Boban, you mentioned something about the combination of the American way and your way, meaning Serbian or Balkan or European, I do not know. So I guess a part of it, you just described it, but I would like you to make some more comment, because this might be the way out for Greek audiovisual industry too, or, you know, similar industries in terms of size. So what do you mean by combining the American way?
But I think American way, it's very simple. We use this writer's room actually in very American way. So the people, the screenwriter, and it's not only screenwriter, we invite some specialists for the, for example, in Black Wedding, we have one anthropologist because we didn't know about all this mambo jumbo and these things. And he was all the time there, like consulting in some way during this writers workshop. So writers workshop actually first we make the story. From the story we make Bible. From the Bible we make episode per episode, and this is it. And this is really quintessential American way in some way.
Is this something taught? Because here we have again the matter of education and of the film academies and everything, which has been a really big issue in our country. So is it taught in your film academy?
No.
No.
It's classic
It's
still.
No, it's classic.
No,
it's
really something very important according to my.
Yeah, first in academy, I don't know what is the in Greece, but first in Serbia, it's not separate drama, theater, and film. So I finished this university, so I was in the both way, in the theater and in the film. And only on the end, last year, you decide, do you want to make your diploma with the movie scenario or do you want with the theater play? So it's your choice. And it's rather strange. Sometimes career go totally in different direction. Okay, I don't want to give two example, but it's like that. Nobody actually, but you have the school, all this MIP, I don't know, you have, and they learn this kind of, how to say, consulting, but what we do, it's much more efficacious in some way, because that it's American. I was in this school, European school for the screenwriting, and it's the same principle, but they intend to be too influential on the author. And on the end, from wonderful idea, you have Euro pudding in some way, because they pass 3-4 school for screenplay, and they change all the time. And here we are very concentrate. We make this for 1 week only, but all day, every day, 1 week or 2 weeks, and we have the story on the end. and everybody, this is very important, everybody's paid for that. So it's no voluntary work. We pay people from the beginning, and this is must, because people for voluntary, nobody want to, they want, but you can oblige them after that to be responsible. But like that, you oblige them. And after that, when we finish this Bible and eventually pilot, then we decide which screenwriter we would engage in this. But we already have structure in some way. We get, because this first period, when you have only idea, it's like a brainstorming. Everybody says something, you say what you saw, we mentioned the movie, we watched the movie together, TV series, somebody came with the article and say, look at what I find, or something like that, or internet. So this is like brainstorming, so it's 1 week, 2 weeks, and after that you have story, after that you have Bible, that it's very difficult, and after that we start episode per episode. This is from the, you have all this four part of each episode, and then you have beats, and then you have, it's really rules. When I say it seems a little bit difficult, but it's not. You could learn this for 3 days. It's not, nuclear physics. It's really very logical dramaturgy in some way, but it's only applied on TV series, and this is it. And like that, we actually all the time produce. I have 22 projects now on the table in my house, but they are on different stage of production. Some of them it's only idea, some of them it's already finished, but it's in the put it away and we waiting for the time, and or other people actor if we want some special actor or something like that. But I work on 22 projects on the different stage.
How many under development? How many under finishing production? And how many to be produced?
How many time?
How many projects? Finished to be finished, or
we finish 13 projects and 15 season. Until the end of the year, we will finish 4 more TV series, and for next year we prepare at least 4. But one, it's very big. This city that you saw that it's built. This is for these studio things, and it's very very big production for our condition, of course. Yeah. And we will probably shoot 2 seasons back to back immediately, because it's so expensive scenography that we must make 2 seasons. And even this is only part of scenography, because it's half of the TV series happen underworld again, but this time catacomb. It's about Constantine crossing, about Constantine the Great, and he was born in Niš and he lives on. It's a little bit Indiana Jones myth, I don't know, this kind of TV series, but it was based on the book, and this book for the last 10 years have 40 editions. So it's an enormous hit in Serbia. So we apply a little bit on the book, and what I say, this could be interesting. We buy the right for the book, we make the screenplay, but we order already second season. But second season it's not book yet, so it would be first, second season, and he would publish the book then. And for third season it would be in the same time. So this is strategy. This is 10 years in advance.
How you found are already pre-buy before the broadcasting or not? How do you fund? How do you finance?
Finance
5, 6, 7 projects per year.
No, this is only idea. It's maybe we will not finance. Maybe TV series will be flop and we would stop. So it's not. It's always risk. But first we ask who is interesting for this subject on the base of the Bible, because that it's very important. Bible and pilot. So we go to national broadcaster, to telecom, to this and that, blah blah blah. Who is interested? If he show interest, we order and we pay all screenplay. But this is 6 months or 9 months or something like that. Then we go with the all screenplay, and if somebody want to buy TV series, not our project. We are not service. We are not executive. We are production really. So we take the loan from the bank, and we make the TV series, and after that we sell to the broadcaster. So we take risk a lot, but we are owner of all of our title in some way. So it's partly, we discuss after that, sometimes they keep for Yugoslavia, ex-Yugoslavia, for blah, 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 for United States, all this, now it's so separate all this, right? You know better than me. So it's...
So George.
So you are broadcasting, I mean, your productions are broadcast in several different places, countries, and channels. And
Platforms.
Usually the channels, they have a kind of public, they have a profile of the public. They know who their public is, and they have a grid, usually, of do's and don'ts. So when you sell the finished product, then it means that it corresponds to their grid. But when you start producing and you know what the broadcaster is going to be, do you negotiate the do's and don'ts, the various like almost censorship that exists within a broadcaster?
No, actually, we had this case. I didn't show. I have here. I could show you extra a little bit about this family. This is the most successful TV series. This is about 3 last day of Slobodan Milosevic, and he's arresting and everything else and all this. And the problem was that all this political figure of that time, it's still in politics today. So it was very, 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 very touchy. And plus, we show this, we have deal with national broadcaster who is all the time under the pressure of politicians. You didn't telephone them. So we decide with them, and this was absolutely great, that we show this TV series every day for 1 week only, not to be too pressure on us. So it was from Monday to Friday every day, and it was huge. We are a country of 7 million people. We had every evening 2 million spectators for this TV series, but it was some kind of national.
And Arte screened that,
and we sold wonderfully this TV series everywhere. And we were surprised about that because it's so Serbian story, and it's so part of our we didn't even think that other people will be interested in that.
Are you kidding?
But it was Milosevic thing. Planet or anything.
Big.
It's not Serbian.
Yeah, I was discussing with my Albanian colleague, and one of my Albanian colleagues had a wonderful idea that they make the same thing with Enver Hoxha, for example, or you could find in Balkan.
Roberto Budina.
Unfortunately,
Good director, movie director, Budina.
Ceausescu and then with Qatar.
Ceausescu and
Then with everyone. Yeah, I see.
or a civil war in Greece, for example. This is big subject.
We got that.
I know, but this is for example, this will be very interesting to write the TV series about that.
So public broadcaster RTS Serbian, knowing the status, the very moving state, they done that. A good example to Manson here in Greece. They done that, and it's success, and they are happy now. They are satisfied.
I know they are very happy because we get all award everywhere. So it's so now they are very, 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 very
The Greek
proud.
public television prepares the love affair between the actress.
They
and
prefer the love
finalist.
affairs of Papandreou.
So
and
okay,
Fideli.
little steps.
Yes, little steps, erotic
I
steps.
just wanted to ask if you are pitching. I mean, as a production company,
We pitching,
are you
yes.
pitching, or you
Yes.
just
No,
right
no.
now you
Shape.
have a status that you just call someone?
We have now
Yeah.
status, but anyway we pitching anyway.
You have to pitch it.
We
Okay.
have to pitching, but it's a little bit like pitching only for us. They ask you what you have to, and it's not always. We have the case that we bought all screenplay. This is the risk, and they didn't want after that. They wanted when it was pilot, but after that no. And we said, okay, this is we would offer someday somebody else, but this is the risk. But we have a lot of capital actually in the screenplay now.
And Mona, what about in terms of international sales? What about the language?
Now it's not a problem anymore. Now it's not a problem. It was problem 5-6 years ago,
No,
but now with everybody was even American used on subtitles, so it's not an issue now. Nobody ask us about that. So you have this country, this what I said for family. It was dubbed on Spanish, but this is only this country who have very strong tradition of dubbing, like Italy,
of course.
Spain,
Yeah.
even France. Now it's less and less.
It was subtitled.
Yeah.
It was subtitled. Yeah.
Streaming platform made this change.
Yeah,
about the,
absolutely.
about
Yeah,
the
that's good.
subtitle. The television they used to have the dubbing, now streaming platform.
Yeah.
So, Boban, you can imagine a lot of Greek young emerging talent writers, they are going to knock on the door of Firefly in Belgrade and see a great, strong movement of migration for Europe.
But I think that now the second step, because this is big bubble in some way, and everybody now, and I said we are a relatively small country, and we have 35. Last year it was 35 TV series produced in the, and I speak only about high-end TV series, not telenovela, not dailies, not sitcom.
Series.
Only
Narrative
series like
series.
this, 35, you know.
35.
And it's too much, little bit, and it start to be less and more successful in some way.
And the number of episodes of this kind of series?
Now we broke these two. First, it was absolutely obligatory to be 10, but now we start to make experiment with 5, with 6, with 8. We don't care anymore, and they don't care anymore anyway, because now the biggest, how to say, the biggest player in the field is telecom. But telecom have digital television, so they don't care about. They could put it.
They are operator and platform
Yes,
and
operator and
station
platform.
and TV station.
What is
Telecom.
the budget for each episode?
Yeah.
What?
What is the budget?
The medium budget per episode.
For episode.
It's, it's very, very, very. But
Some indications.
let's say that whole series of 10 episodes, but it's not, for example, this Block 27. It was more expensive like that.
Yeah.
But it's between 1.5 million and 2 million, like that. 1,200,000 euros. 1,200,000.
So it's about
all.
150 euros.
We should like that, yeah.
How much days should do for each episode?
For each episode, between 6 and 8 days. It depends, days for each episode. And we always doing 5 plus 2, so 5 days working and 2 days, 2 days rest. And we have big problem in Serbia actually with post-production, because we have a very good sound company for the sound, but it's few of them, so we wait in the row. And then we make the picture very fast, actually, because we're doing montage during the shooting. They shoot, it's going to montage, and they already, so on the end of the shooting we have rough cut, and then it's very fast. For 1 month we have all TV series, but then we are stuck with the sound, and this start to be problem, and we start to go out. We probably one of these 3 TV series will be done. Sound will be done in Romania, because we can wait this guy who is the best. He have a lot of, and of course now we have all these services, because in Serbia start to be very popular these tax incentives, and we have really important American production that start to coming, not like in Croatia, but for example the last Hellraiser, it's made completely in Belgrade, this Hulu TV series. And last Hellraiser was made in Belgrade, and it starts with the Belgrade. If you see, and Peja Bjelac, it's the first face that you could see in the TV series. So they took the best technician, and this is this start to be really problematic, because in Firefly we solved this, that we took very young people immediately after university. We catch them. We are really headhunter in some way. We immediately, when we go to university, we watch shorts. We know all the professor, Yes, seeking for talent. I have, for example, in the one for Block 27 2, second season, I have one screenwriter, very young. She's only on second year of the university, but she's absolutely amazing talent. So I took her already to try to work in because they don't learn in university this writer's room.
That's a very good lesson. So
Yeah.
120,000 euros per episode.
For episode.
Medium here in Greece, not heterosexual, medium of series, it's about 240,000 euros. I don't speak about Earth. I speak about the public broadcaster, the other broadcaster. So we have a problem. You can see that. You see the quality.
You said 240,000 per episode.
Εξαρτάται τη σειρά. No,
It's totally wrong.
I don't. Yes, I have the numbers, but I cannot reveal that. I have the numbers, the public numbers of public broadcaster.
Specific TV series. We have 34 TV series this year.
Yeah,
So
I have the numbers for 2 great narrative series of last year and of Cosmote. Also 3, the exact numbers. They are more than 200,000 euros an episode. I don't speak about the daily things or the soaps or the tragedy.
Yannick, we need to see the documents.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never gave you the documents. I have it. I can certify you that it's about exactly 228
Certify that the
euros,
below
1,000
half,
euros an episode.
Below, way below.
Perhaps Fireflies was appearing.
You don't, because you never, but because you never worked for this series. But I cannot, believe me, I cannot give you 3 series. I have the numbers and the figures, exactly that. But the medium of the
what
public
is the
broadcaster,
medium?
huh?
What is the medium?
Starts from 50 to 80,000 euros per
Yeah.
episode.
But in Serbia it's 50 to 80,000, but for dailies and for sitcoms and for telenovela.
This is
But they
for-
shoot from 1 day and a half till 3 days episode, and this is it. And it's true, it's like that. It's 50 to 80.
for weekly shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's not possible.
Weekly, yeah,
More standards than
yeah,
the 240-hour special
yeah.
TV shows.
3 series last year. The one of Heterosego, it's about this price. The Heterosego, Yanni Milioti, it's about 200. More than 200.
No,
Okay.
but-
So it's not no truth, it's truth. The thing, it's not that, the comparison. When you have 120,000 euros and you have this quality, you have really, in Greece, to interrogate about the quality of the analog Greek narrative series. That's the problem. Not just only that. It's not. It's more of that. With that same money, they do completely well-structured writer's room thought. If it likes or dislikes, it's another problem. The thing is that it's good in function. It's good. It's efficient. They can sell it outside Serbia. That's the problem. It's not if it's more or that. In Greece, it's more and more. Now, more and more, because you have great casting, you have great actors, they need more money. So why there is this difference? This is my personal subject of investigation and interrogation. That's all.
Can't answer that in public.
Of course. Anyway, it's good to give numbers. It's good to give numbers and facts.
Are you taking into account the standard of living? How much someone who lives in Athens has to spend to live, and how much someone who spends in Belgrade?
Yeah, that's
renting, eating,
Yeah,
clothing,
that's-
everything. Maybe there's also something to take.
it's a different of about 150 euros per. I mean the basic salary and things like that. It's not much more éloigné.
It's a little bit.
15%, 20%.
20%.
Belgrade it's very expensive. It's even like Athens, even more. But other part of Serbia it's not so expensive.
Yeah.
So, but we have, I think that minimal wage in Serbia it's something like 450 euros or 500 euros.
600 in Greece.
So it's
Minimum.
something 420,
Yeah.
20% like that. And the life out of Belgrade and maybe Novi Sad,
expensive.
it's much less expensive. In Belgrade, it's really the same price, even like Paris, I think, so it's a really, really expensive city start to be. for everyday life if you have some kind of.
But the social cost of the worker here in Greece is much more, of course, because not only of Europe, because it's it's pushing in that sense. And maybe if tomorrow Serbia is going to be part of the European Union, maybe it would be higher than the price because it's a cost.
We would.
I suppose. It's just a question.
I don't know really. We have problem. The biggest problem now that we face it in Serbia for the film industry, it's technician staff. And this is that they going abroad now. For example, this TV series also Outpost. It's all entirely shoot in Serbia, so all technician work day long, not day long, year long. So they don't even go out of that. And now the same producer bring them all 200 people in Saudi Arabia to shoot other TV series. So they all left there. So it's a really some time, and then you have this kind of services that it start. But okay, it's we handle more or less.
Are other production houses like Firefly Production, or it's just a norm, a Bible of Firefly Production to
They
work
start
like that?
to be, I must say, and it's really, it's not modesty that we start first like that, because what production don't like in this system, that you give money in advance, that you pay for something, and probably when you come from this film industry, funding film industry, producer didn't want to give money for screenplay, but they say, I give you half, after that half, or you work this and that, and you would be paid on the end of the things, and this kind of thing. So, and this actually means that we put the storyteller in the center, actually, and that we are the most delicate with them, and after that it's everything else.
And you pay them.
And we pay all the time. We pay everything.
You
We
take the
invite
risk
them.
to pay even if you don't keep it.
Yes. But we have the screenplay that we didn't succeed to sell it, and we buy a lot of book, or not a lot of book, but we have.
Yeah.
Yes,
And you buy the rights.
Rights of book. We buy this, and now we start to buy even foreign book, right, for foreign book, and now we start to engage foreign screenwriter. We make. It's a Borislav package, but we make one very famous book in the Serbia, and it's called Rabbit, and it's happened entirely in the England. It's a zombie on the Heathrow in the 80s with Cold War, and it's very exciting. And we invite actually English screenwriter because book it's translated on English screenwriter to write a screenplay. And we have one for the French market, actually, about affair Markovic, Alain Delon, and everything what happened. And it was one big hit in Serbia at that time, so we bought this and we make on French. Not on French, on English, but for French market. Cool. Yeah, so
for
we
Media
will
Plus,
see.
for Media Plus.
Now it's on Media Plus, but they are very slow to decide. We will see, and this is it. So I started with that, and I didn't finish, actually. I think that next big things will be co-production, and actually in the Euroimage we was discussing enormously, and I was in think tank group about how to settle, because for people from the movie it's absolutely quadrature of circle. They don't manage, because here it's broadcaster, in the movie business, broadcaster, it's not the issue, it's not the player in some way. And now it's a main player, and how to push two broadcasters from two country to be cooperating in financing two independent production. So it's very difficult, but we manage, and probably it will be one European fund for TV series. Now it exists on media, that, but only for developing. And in Euroimage it will be another way, because now you have in Creation Center, you have some way in Denmark, I think, but only for developing of TV series. But Euroimage will try to make a little bit on the other way, to help production, really, to be part of the production, like in the movie, 17%. So this could push a little bit people to think about co-production.
Balkan countries, for instance.
Balkan countries, especially, Greek, we don't share same language, but with ex-Yugoslavian country, we share the language, it's natural, it's...
Montenegro,
Maybe one of the chance will be like this Nordic
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The model, the reference.
Model.
Yeah, the best.
The national TV broadcaster plus independent producers, and to create this
Very good,
Nordic
excellent.
miracle of TV series actually. But now don't forget it's Balkan. That's also there is a one very new initiative we in our country, North Macedonia, we initiate to the government to, and this June or July in Ohrid was the summit of the Balkan premier. It's mean Vucic, etc., and they decided to open this Balkan media fund, or actually open Balkan media fund. But now it's put more like a for movie. But okay,
really good.
idea would it because don't want to be frightened. This film center we were just recently just put this film Balkan fund, but the idea is this to be
Only for film.
Yes,
It's now only for film, but you have this initiative. I think that it's end of the 21st of October. It's end of all this cultural center of the Balkan for the pitching, the best pitching for TV series, for example. And they give 5,000 euro for
Let's
the...
keep that for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have the round table, more institutional, centered, focused on also this kind of problematics.
You said problematic.
This kind of questions, not problematic.
An issue, not a problem.
Yeah,
problem,
it's an issue.
sorry.
It's an issue.
An
Yeah.
issue is the name, because a film center cannot really fund a TV series. So perhaps, I mean, the
I
TV
had
must
this
be
problem. I had this
abolished.
problem. I wanted to
Yeah.
change the law, and of course, you know everything about Balkan and law, how it's difficult to change. I didn't succeed for 5
Nobody
years.
knows anything.
Yeah, because I want only to change the name, not to be Film Center Serbia, to be Audiovisual Center,
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like in Croatia. But it was absolutely...
Yeah, but then you can make it the other way around. I mean it might
Yes,
be
yes.
series because they have this
Photography.
cinematographic approach. Perhaps it is hybrid series or series because at the moment of future time we might see it on our cell phones. So then it will not be platform series or TV series. It will be something else.
Yeah,
So
fiction,
perhaps
fiction.
just series. Yeah. Fiction.
I think that you have in all this statute for the film center, you have this for the mixed media actually, and this could pass. It's not TV series, but everybody, it was very modern in the...
France, they are movie, but they are financing also series without no problem.
Yeah.
Cinematography, but series also.
Croatia,
Yeah,
we-
the best.
Croatia doing for years now that, and now it's strangely it's Republika Srpska that they just start, but they will give money, part of the Bosnia Serbian part. They will give the money for TV series also. So I don't know.
It's very easy answer. The film people, they want to share their money with the people who is
Yeah.
doing TV series.
One of the reason.
That's the main, because Boban told you in the people,
Tell back.
we are in this TV series production and we control the project. For me, for my point of view, I can imagine how the film businesses function.
Yeah.
But this is not a question. That's
No, one of our biggest problem now, it's really like anecdote, it's actually to crash film director, because we are funding cinematography and film director was a god. So if film director decide this is it. So we have one case, we have director and we give them the screenplay, everything we agree, wonderful. And it was actually, we have executive producer, it's not our house, but we hire somebody to do that, and then we ask why you didn't start after 1 week. No, director make their own version of screenplay.
God.
And we was no, it's not that. We absolutely misunderstood, and we invite them. And what you doing? No, but we changed. And we said, but no, it's not the game here. And they was really confused. They was how? They don't understand that, because in funding cinematography, and I was director, I know that it's director who bring the project, and commission decide because director name, director story,
And after that,
director
producer,
appearance and everything. So he blackmail production, and here we get all the money, all the production, all the construction, and we invite director. It's not to him to say what he want to apply. If he agree, it's good. If he doesn't agree, we are looking for new director, and this is it. So sorry.
To reflect.
Yeah.
and the reflection.
But that's the problem of the European. Sorry.
So keep all these questions tomorrow, but not very, focused on the tool as a development. But well, it was
Actually,
really interesting.
We are
Sorry.
also, I am representative streaming service from North Macedonia. In advance, we buy all the project of the
Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly.
Production. In
Of course.
advance, okay? What you will produce next 2 years, okay, we are buying. Just tell us the price. And that's it. Just to have an idea, then we believe what they're doing.
Yeah, very good. Another question? It's okay? Daxi? Very useful, Bob, and all these informations, it's a real mirror, exact mirror of what is doing in Serbia, even if it's only Firefly Productions speaking. I
No,
think
it
it's
starts
it's a
now
very
with
strong
other
production house, so we can see that really that's very important for us, for Greece, and other countries to see not a model but references to be inspired.
Yeah.
How we are doing that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot for time spending.
Thank you for inviting me.